Hello everyone, this is Sandy Reese with StampinCrew.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I want to welcome you to our Thursday tutorial. I'm just starting out with our hands view today. I'm a hot mess, so nobody needs to see that. I'm finally getting a haircut after, gosh, 6 months tomorrow, so it's with someone new. Because my hairstylist is on maternity leave until the end of this month, and I can't wait any longer. So those of you in Win will see if it was successful or not. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Well, last week we had done these cards. It was stamping, with a lot of masking and color with depths of color to create some depth. So I did a drawing this morning, and our winner was Crystal Schalk. Congratulations, Crystal. So I will be saving these for you. So we had our annual Christmas in August event on Saturday, and I had done, everybody gets a door prize when they come. So some of the most popular door prizes are the cards. So this year I made up a bunch of little gift bags to give away cards in. They didn't have tags on them, but they're just made out of a 12 by 12 piece of designer paper. And I had several requests for how to make these little bags. You can see I have 12 cards in here, so you can fit quite a few little cards perfectly. Perfect gift bag for giving cards in, or treats or whatever. It's a good size. The finished size is about 6 by 5, 5 by 6, 5 inches wide, 6 inches tall, 2 inches deep. So you can fit a lot of things in here. This one I made with a piece of the Ordinate Garden designer paper. I made this cute little tag to go on it. And it's a 2-inch tag, so it fits perfectly right on the side. And then you can write on the back. But I'm gonna show you how to make one of these. So we are gonna start off, I'm gonna make a Christmas bag today. This is using one of our new Christmas, it's from Christmas papers from the Magnolia, not Magnolia, Poinsettia, getting my flowers confused. From the Poinsettia Designer Series paper pack. Now when you pick out a piece of designer paper, you want to make sure that the back and the front coordinate. So you see they have, coordinating colors, or at least complementary colors, because we're going to need a little bit of that back. So what I've done, it's a 12 by 12. So I'm going to pick the best papers to use for this are non-directional papers that look good going any direction. If you get a paper that's only in one direction, so let's say it's a snowman, and he obviously has to be standing up, part of this bag is going to be in the back, and your snowmen are going to be upside down in the back of the bag. So it's best to use the non-directional paper. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut off 1.5 inches from one end, or from one side, I'll say that. Cut off 1.5 inches, and then another 1.5 inches. So this is going to make our paper 9 inches wide by 12 inches tall. And I will put all of these dimensions and instructions on my blog later today, StampinCrew.com. Alright, so that's all the cutting we're going to do with our paper cutter. Now I have lost my scoring blade. I lost it Saturday, so we're going to use our score plate. So we're going to set these aside for right now, and we'll come back to those in a minute. So on the 9-inch side, which is the short side, we're going to score it at 2 inches and then 7 inches. So that gives us a 2, a 5, and a 2-inch panel. Now rotate it 90 degrees, and we're going to score it at 5 and 7. So just 2 score lines. So that gives us 5 inches, 2 inches, and another 5 inches. All right, that is all the scoring we're going to do. Now we're going to add our panels. This is going to bring it a little bit taller because this only makes it 5 inches tall and we need it to be a little bit taller. So I'm going to take a little bit of tear tape. You can use Tombow adhesive or whatever glue you want to use. And we're just going to run that right across the top of the good side of our bag and the bottom. Right like that. And then we're going to add this strip right here. So let's peel it off. Now one tip to get this, whoops, very even, to get your strip on there even, if you have grid paper or just a regular piece of paper, make a line or line it up on the edge and then make a tick mark, or you can use the grid paper, stuck to me, and it's got a grid every 1/4 inch. So I'm going to do it just above. My tear and tape is a 1/4 inch wide. So I am going to line it up at 3/8 between the 1/4 inch, and it can go over on the sides between the first and second line. So that's 3/8 inches I'm overlapping. So you can see on the back. Then we'll flip it over and overlap again, and you are welcome to eyeball this and just overlap it where that tape is. I'm trying to be slightly more precise because I know on one bag I didn't get this on very straight. And you can tell, I'll show you later, why you want to try to line that up pretty well. All right, we're going to flip it over, trim off the excess. Okay. And I'm going to save this little piece of extra for later. So you don't want to overlap too much on one side. I save a little piece for the tag. All right, so next we're going to cut our bottom tab. We're just going to cut into the tab. Excuse me. All right, it's hard to see these score lines. And then I'm going to miter the tab. I always try to miter the inside tab so that I've got to look down here and see where my score line is. It might help if I were to fold it first. Okay, I can feel it, I just can't see it. Let's go ahead and fold on those so we can see what we're doing. That's a little better. All right, we'll miter the side of the tab. And we're going to go on this side, do the same thing. And I usually cut on the outside of the tab. And you could be looking at either side of the paper if you want. It doesn't matter. All right. So once we do our tabs, we're going to make sure everything's creased on all the score lines. We'll make sure that center one is done too. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do next is add some tear and tape on just one panel. And this is going to be the front of my bag. And you can do it on just one side, or you can do it on both edges of the panel. Either one, doesn't matter. We'll just make sure this is extra secure. And then I'm just going to add a little piece on the tabs just like that. All right, so the first step in assembling, this is very easy. Remove that tape, bring up the back of your bag so it's sitting up nice and straight, and just put those inside tabs into the bag like that. All right. The next thing is you're just going to remove the outside tabs, bring these up, and attach them to the bag. And then you'll have just a small seam on the sides, and it's basically in the corner, so it's going to look very finished. All right. I'm going to get up this tear and tape backing. I'm just going to remove all of it. At the same time, bring up the bag, turn it this way so you can see. Line that up, get a good press on the inside, and then over here, make sure it's all in before you press down. Line up the side, and give it a press on the inside. So if these are not even, when you put these extra strips on, they're not going to line up evenly on the top. And they'll have a little bit, like one edge will be a little higher, a little lower than the other. And that's okay, just trim it off with some scissors. Okay, now you can just do a bag like this. If you want to add a handle, what I did is just take a hole punch, whatever hole punch you have, punch it right in the center of this little panel right here. Do that on both sides. Now if you want to have ribbon going this way, your handle's going this way, then you'll punch 2 holes right here and 2 holes right here. Either way, I just like the one handle. It's just easier for me. Take whatever ribbon you're going to use. I like to cut it in an angle like that so that it's just a lot easier to thread in there. And then I just took some Scotch tape, since it's clear, and just tape the ribbon down inside the bag. This is very quick. We're going with quick and easy. You could make up a whole ton of these for Christmas gifts, for little birthday gifts, and just have them ready to go. All right, I'm going to take the other one inside, and that's it. You're not going to put anything real heavy in there, so I would not. You could knot it if you want instead of taping it. Tie a knot. This ribbon is pretty thin, so I'm afraid a little knot's not going to hold it. So I just put the tape on there. Now, if you want to make a tag, I just took a piece of 2 by 4 1/4 inch Whisper White cardstock. I'm going to use the back side, and we're going to adhere this. Oh, I am out of a piece of there. Let's get a little bit of this. I'm going to stick this on the bottom of my tag. Since we have it, might as well use it, right? Alright. Let's trim off the extra. Let's go ahead and do a scallop tag topper punch. This is my favorite. And we'll stamp. I've got this stamp set wrapped in Christmas, which is great for tags. And I've just picked this red one. I thought this was cute. And it says, "May your days be merry." I haven't used it yet. Let's do a practice stamp. Okay, that looks pretty good. We could stamp it right there. And I think I might just take a little piece of this gold twine. I'm going to just tie it in here. I'm not going to tie this on the bag. I'm going to clip it just to show you something different. But I want to add a little bit of this twine because it's so cute. All right. And I feel like this needs something extra. It needs like a little red strip right there. I do not cut. Let's get a piece of real red cardstock and cut, because that's cute, but I'll show you, just doing something small can make a big difference. We're just going to put a 1/4 inch piece of cardstock on there. I'm just making this up as I go, you guys. Alright. That makes all the difference. We're going simple here. Quick and simple. Alright, and then I also pulled out some of our red rhinestone jewels. I love these things. Oh, I have a whole bag of them, look. I love these so much. Anything rhinestone, I love. Okay, I'm just gonna do one right there. Just one to add a little bit of sparkle. What have I done to my bow? I've done something to it. There we go. Okay, so this I could tie on right there, but you could also just clip it to the front of your package. This is just a little gold library clip. We don't have any clips in the catalog right now, so you can just use whatever you want. You could punch a hole there and tie it onto the front. Just you could also just pop it on with a little bit of dimensionals. That does not want to stay tied. This ribbon frays. You gotta tie it really tight. There we go. So you could just pop this up, use a couple dimensionals and pop that up on the front of the bag in the middle at an angle, or clip it on. I'm just gonna clip this one. And that's it. This is a great way to use up your extra designer paper for birthday gifts, or if you're giving your cards to teachers or to friends or whoever, whoever you're giving cards to. Make a cute little bag to present them in. Let's see. So I just took out a bunch of my swaps from Christmas in August. And see how nicely they fit in there? And some of these are pretty thick cards, but I fit 12 in here. And you could probably squeeze a couple more in if they weren't quite so thick. Okay, well, I will post instructions and measurements and photos on my blog later today. Now, once I'm done here, in about 5 minutes, I'm going to pop back on. We have a brand new online shopping experience with our online store. And I'm going to do a screen share and show you all some of the new features of the online store. So I'm not going to post that on YouTube. It's just going to be on the Crew Stampers forum. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you'd like a little tour of how to maneuver through the online store, you can join our Facebook group, Crew Stampers forum. All right, thanks everybody, and I will see you in a few minutes. All right, bye-bye.